Cooking with Greggy may have finished its first season, but that doesn't mean you don't need to eat. So eat with our sponsor, Blue Apron. You've heard me talk your ear off about Blue Apron, but that's because I love it so much. Each and every week, a menu you pick shows up on your doorstep with pre-portioned ingredients and step-by-step instructions. You cook it, you eat it, and you feel great. Now, why do I love Blue Apron? Well, it's because it's delicious and I'm fat, but also because it teaches me. The other day, I made soy marinated chicken tenders, and my God, first thing I learned to do that I didn't know how to do before, how to flatten chicken, which sounds easy, but trust me, brother, it wasn't easy and I didn't know how to do it. Then I learned that everything should be marinated in soy, so win-win. Blue Apron is treating Kinda Funny Gamescast listeners to their first dinner, a $30 value if you visit blueapron.com/Gamescast. So check out this week's menu and get $30 off today at blueapron.com/Gamescast. Blue Apron, a better way to cook with soy. I added that part.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the first ever episode 145 of the Kinda Funny Gamescast.
Choo-choo!
Choo that horn.
Yeah. As always, I'm Tim Gettys, joined by one of the coolest dudes in video games, Greg Miller.
Sup? Welcome back to your show.
Welcome back. It's been a while.
It's been 2 weeks.
Missed two of them.
Yeah, you missed two of them in a row.
To raving reviews. Everyone on the internet was like, man, get rid of this Tim guy.
They were. It's the first time anyone said it.
Andy Cortez.
Hi, guys. Hello, internet.
Andy.
Hello.
This
And
is a
joining
nice
us
coat.
for the first time on this show,
Coat.
Jack Pattillo. from
Hello.
Achievement Hunter.
How are you doing, internet?
Jay!
Hi, I'm Jack.
Do you not call it a coat?
It's a jacket.
It's a jacket.
What's
call
the
it a
difference?
comeback?
What's a coat?
A coat is like made of wool and
You don't
shit.
wear coats.
And it's like really long.
People don't wear coats.
I got that windbreaker in there. That's a windbreaker. Right?
jacket.
You want to call
Like
it a shirt?
Windbreaker jacket.
Yeah.
Light coat.
Pea coats.
Like, look at that pea coat. Tell me he broke. Hey, can we get away this weekend? Take me to your hood. Never been to Brooklyn, and I'd like to see what's good.
American
Show
boy,
me
man.
all your
I
fancy
didn't know what he was doing for a while. I liked it though. Ladies and gentlemen,
going.
this is the Kinda Funny Gamescast. Each and every week we get together to talk about video games and all the things that we love about them. You can get it early on patreon.com/kindafunnygames, or you can get it late on youtube.com/kindafunnygames. Either way, we appreciate you a lot. But we appreciate the Patreon people a lot more, like Tom Bach, Patreon producer, doing big things. I see him in the chat right now. He's live. He's doing this stuff. Because you can watch the show live for just $1. It's worth the dollar, especially this episode. We have some fun little housekeeping things. Party Mode shirt. It's available in the store. Everyone was asking about it. Now it's there. Games Daily shirt, there as well. Party Mode little slip cup thing, there as well. Kind of funny. Silly plant, slip in it.
We have a cup for party mode now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Silipint. It's like with those little bouncy.
Oh, the ones you can like throw on the ground.
It's like a kind of a purplish, like dark navy bluish.
It's half silicone, half pint.
It's
then
just like
party
a
mode.
baby. You can just chuck it on the ground and bounce
Yeah.
right
Bounce
off.
right back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yellow and
exactly.
orange.
Spring back in
Yellow
shape.
and pink.
And then the most important thing, we have a favor to ask of you. Andrea Renee has been nominated to be Trending Gamer of the Year 2017 for the Game Awards. Greg, what is the best way for people to vote for her?
The best way is there's a link you can go to. That's complicated. Right now, whatever you're doing, open a new tab, go to Google, and just put in Trending Gamer Vote, and it'll let you vote in the Google search right there. You just click a button. It's super
that's
simple.
neat.
And have some key things about this. You can vote once a day, once every 24 hours,
yeah.
which because of this, I think Andrea actually has a shot at it. Because this Dr. Disrespect, he's coming through.
He's a big deal. Is he
big deal
advertising
right
it?
now. But I don't know. I don't follow him like that.
Okay.
He's mainly a Twitch streamer.
I mean, if we could get me to beat PewDiePie, we can get Andrea
Here's
to
the
beat
thing. My
everyone.
thing is, if it was a one and done, I think he'd have it. But I feel like we have the type of people that'll.
She's
sit there
family. She's kind of funny.
vote
We gotta
and
make it
vote
happen.
and
fucking
vote.
Google calendars every day.
Yeah, see. I
Every
already
day.
submitted my vote today, but there it is. You can do it on your phone too.
Do it.
I don't think this is
That's
Dr.
cool.
Disrespect's real hair.
No, definitely not. I think that's
So we're gonna start the show
It's a good
off
call.
with what we've been playing. It's been a big week in video games, a big month, a big
Year.
season.
We're in the
You know.
season, man.
Yeah, it's the season to believe. Andy, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Call of Duty World War II, which is what Greg mentioned he was playing
I talked
last
about
week.
it so positively last week. You're like, I got to do this.
Got to do it, right? So this whole past weekend was just shooting a bunch of Nazis, man. Played a lot of Wolfenstein 2, played some COD World War II, and I played some of that Battlefront. So COD World
A lot
War
of Nazis
II,
in Battlefront?
Space Nazis.
Space
Gotcha.
Nazis, yeah.
Called
Lots of-
Wookiees.
Yeah, Space Stickas, what they call them. The campaign, I'm loving it. I really dig it. The characters are awesome. I mean, I'm just sort of mirroring all of your.
How far into it are you now?
I beat it.
Oh, shit.
No, you know what? No. I'm like 8 levels in.
Okay.
7 levels in.
Yeah.
Really dig it. I love the characters. Got to a really intense part where you're sort of stealthing through stuff. And
Sure.
It was awesome. Digging the sort of intensity between the characters. Josh Duhamel's character is like a dick bag, but he's like...
But it's because he got screwed over with
he
his
got
last
fucked
platoon.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's taking it all on you and shit like that. So the character's really neat and fun, and it really does remind me of like a band of brothers of Saving Private Ryan. They all have their own sort of personalities and stuff like that.
That's why I'm excited to get back to it. I loved what I played so far.
I haven't really played anything throughout the week just because I've been making this Thanksgiving banger.
The Thanksgiving banger.
Yeah, Thanksgiving banger.
Coming soon-ish.
Turkeys
But the whole weekend was
in.
music. the whole weekend was games. Wolfenstein 2, played a lot of that.
So have you beat it yet?
No, I have not.
So you having the same issue Greg's having, that it's really hard? Because I'm seeing a lot of people say it's really hard.
So
It reminds you you're terrible at games every time.
yeah, it really does. And I'd like to think I'm somewhat competent at video games. What's that? No, what?
You smell it? Smell?
It smells sweet.
Yeah.
It smells really
It smells
sweet.
like perfume.
Joey,
Are
I
we
bet
dying?
Joey
Is there an
sprayed something.
angel here?
Joey's hair stuff.
Joey probably sprayed something.
Is there an angel here? Grandma?
Sorry. Wolfenstein 2.
Wolfenstein 2?
Grandma, are you here? Give me a sign. Other than the smell, which was the first sign.
It's fucking hard, man. And I got to this one part. I don't want to spoil anything, but
Ballpark, how far, how long?
I'd say maybe I'm halfway through it.
Okay.
And I got to a certain part, and I was playing at the normal difficulty, right? And I died like at least 6 times in a row. I was like, all right, fuck, I'm doing it. I'm dropping down to the second lowest difficulty. Died like 5 more times. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Dropped to the lowest possible.
Oh my God.
Still died like 3 times.
Jesus.
And I was just like, what? Like, what am I doing wrong? I'm
Yeah.
still getting shot from all these different angles. Clearly, like the enemies, and I don't want to like put the blame on the developer, but like there should be something to where the damage output from the enemies is lowered or something. But I don't feel like it's been lowered at all. I think it. Like I want to ask I want to know from the developers, what is it that makes it easier? Is it the damage output from the enemies? Is it the health of the enemies that's lowered? Jeez, it was really, really frustrating. And I'm glad that when I tweeted that out on Saturday, I was like, I think I'm good at. I thought I was pretty good at video games, but Wolfenstein 2 disagrees. And I got several replies like, yeah, the only downside of the game is the difficulty curve, where it's like a phenomenal game, an incredible story. The visuals are fucking mind-blowing. The character's amazing, but the one of the negatives, one of the knocks that you can say that it has is that sometimes the difficulty spikes are just kind of way too intense. And
I mean, that was what
makes you feel like a shitty player.
Yeah, no, totally, and that's how I felt. When I was playing it, I still think it speaks volumes how good the game is because of the fact I still want to play it.
Right.
Usually if that game was just like taking me and shoving my fucking face in my own crap, I'd be like, well, I'm gonna move on and play something else. But this is the one of like, I gotta get fucking back to that and lower it to the lowest difficulty just to be able to have fun with it.
Yeah, I just want to get through the story, and I did. I have played more of the lowest difficulty, and I'm getting through it fine. But it was just like this one part that I was probably not seeing where an enemy was, and I was just getting shot. But I really love it, and I think it's like, is it up for Game of the Year? I don't think.
For Game Awards?
Yeah.
I don't know off the top of my
I
head,
don't-
but I can check by
I don't
Googling.
think it is. You sure can.
We're going to talk about
vote,
all the Game Awards nominations next week.
Oh,
on
gotcha.
Gamescast.
That's fine.
Do you have
I
any
think it's
thoughts on
awesome.
that?
I don't know.
Have you played Wolfenstein 2?
I've not played Wolfenstein. I've
gotcha.
seen some of the guys playing it at work, but man, it looks beautiful. Like you said, and the story looks pretty interesting too.
It's gorgeous.
Starts off rough.
Oh my God.
My God!
Yeah.
Like just the first maybe 20 minutes of the game is like, holy
Yeah,
shit.
there's some stuff in there that really I was like, holy shit.
And it supposedly only gets worse. So we're talking to Brad and Jeff when I was on the Bombcast. They were past it. It is not. Horizon Zero Dawn, Persona 5, PUBG, Super Mario Odyssey, Zelda.
I think it's nominated for best shooter or best action game or
It
something
better
like
be,
that.
you know what I mean?
It's interesting PUBG's in there because PUBG's still like beta, right? Or
Yeah, but that's the whole. That's
That's
the
the big
whole
debate.
other
is it?
discussion.
That's
a
the
big old ball of wax.
all right, fine.
But it's 2017. You're playing the game. The game's eligible for Game of the Year. End of the conversation.
End of the
Thanks for
conversation.
watching Kind of Funny
There you go.
Gamescast.
Lock
Good.
it up.
Thanks for having me.
Did you play any Call of Duty World War II?
I played some zombies actually. Like I love campaign stuff and I love PvE stuff. So zombies, I played a little bit of that. Not enough though. I do watch like the zombie subreddit and stuff and keep an eye on it. And people seem to be a little like bummed about it. It's not as in depth as Infinite Warfare was. And so they're trying to get back to the more like horror style, like real kind of creepy and spooky. and it comes across kind of campy because like anytime if the screen's clear and you turn, there's a zombie, they have like a stinger noise hits every single time. It's like, okay, come on, get over it.
Jump scares every second.
Yeah, and like zombies will pop out of the ground in front of you and stuff too, and like they've really tried to like amp it up that way. But yeah, so I played a little of that. It's different. It's not as the zombies feel like they have a little bit more weight than they did in the last one. But I hope the zombies were always fun to me, and like this kind of was like, I'm not having as much fun. So
Does the campaign interest you at all?
a little bit, but I mean, I'm terrible at shooters in general, and so I was like, all right, I'm gonna play a shooter, and it's like the campaign, the story wise, I'm always interested in, but it's like I don't know if I want to sink that much time into it, just because like I want to play Assassin's Creed right now. I put about 10 hours into Assassin's Creed. And I want to get more into that, and so the little free time I have is going to that, and then probably when I'm done with that, I want to start playing Destiny 2 on PC, and then I don't know. There's just so much stuff coming out. So
Yeah. And so for you, did you beat Call of Duty? Because I didn't get to talk to you about this last week.
No, that's the thing is like I played the first 2 or 3 chapters of it or whatever, and then we did Gamescast, and then I went off to Extra Life in Maryland. Then I came back and I was here for a day. Then I went down to LA, and then we've been back for a day, and then
Oh, it gets even better, man.
Yeah.
Oh god, it keeps getting better. So I have not been the type to like, oh, I gotta play the new COD campaign. That's just not who I am. I think the last COD campaign I played was with Kevin Spacey, which
that wasn't too long ago.
Advanced Warfare or whatever.
So you only missed one, right?
Well, no,
No, you missed 2.
Infinite.
That was the other
There
Sledgehammer.
There was the Jon Snow one where Kit
Jon
Harington
Snow.
was a
That was
villain,
Infinite
and then the
Warfare.
space one was.
That was Infinite Warfare. But there was
okay.
one between them that we screw up every time, so let's just not talk about it. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, the last one I played was with Kevin Spacey, and then the one before that was maybe like, I don't know, Modern Warfare, the first one or some shit like that.
Jeez.
Just never really looked forward to the shooters, but I love World War II as a setting, and yeah, I think the story's really awesome. I've seen some tweets range from like, oh, it's fucking incredible to like, the story's kind of shitty, but like, I'm really digging it, so I don't know.
Me too.
And so what else did it? Wolfenstein 2, Call of Duty,
Then there's the big one, Star Wars Battlefront.
Star
too.
Wars Battlefront.
Have you
2.
played Battlefront yet?
We played the alpha or beta, whatever,
Yeah,
forever ago, but not
when it came out.
Not since it came out. So I have it, but I haven't played it yet.
How far are you?
0.
0.
Remember,
Okay.
Kevin took my code when I went to Maryland,
right,
and then I
that's
got
right.
another code, but it's the week. I haven't played anything.
So we've both beat the campaign.
Yes.
And we have many thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm
Lay him
gonna
on me.
start
I want to
off.
hear him.
Star Wars Battlefront 2 was one of my. I was looking forward to it more than any other game besides the Nintendo stuff.
His mom's calling right
She's
now.
got a lot to say about Battlefront 2
Yeah,
as
she's
well.
very stoked
Just
about
hung
it.
up on his mom.
So, besides any of the Switch games, Battlefront 2, I was like, I can't fucking wait. The 30 years between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens, from the perspective of the Empire, like, oh, this looks great.
Sounds
like,
awesome.
We all know that she's gonna turn at some point, but maybe she won't. Maybe they'll actually go through with this, and it's cool. Walt and Mitch are writing it. Like everything about this, I was like, I'm sold on the campaign.
You're about to dive in. Are we doing spoilers, or is it spoiler free? Just for people at home listening that are scared.
There will be spoilers here. Like
Okay.
it's spoilers. The campaign is 4 hours long.
Oh, I mean, like,
wow.
oh, what? Really?
4
Yeah,
hours. So
that's it?
remember when I was telling you, I was like, I think it was 6.
Yeah.
No, it definitely wasn't. Once
Holy
I started
shit.
reading everyone else's, I'm like, yeah, no, because I beat it in 3 sittings, 2 of which were like just that there was a dinner break in between, and I don't play for that long stretches of time. So it was very, very, very.
Yeah, I beat
short.
it in one sitting.
One sitting. Wow.
4 hours sound right?
Yeah. I'd say like 4 to 5. It was like a whole day where I was just like, I had nothing else to do. I'm just going to play this fucking game.
It goes by very quickly.
Okay.
And man, it
Because
is
it's good?
so disappointing.
Really?
So
Yeah.
disappointing
Oh, that's
from
sad.
almost every angle. The gameplay of the campaign, more often than not, is not fun. The things you're doing are not fun. There are some moments that are. The Starfighter stuff is pretty cool, but then those missions always go on a little too long. It's like, oh, take out these TIE bombers. Fun, cool. Oh, there's more TIE bombers coming. Oh, there's more reinforcements. It's
Defend
like,
the
by
blah, blah,
wave
blah.
5,
Defend
I'm
the-
like,
yeah.
like that would have been so much better if you moved me on to the next thing. The game starts off so poorly. The first thing you do is control this droid.
Yeah.
And let's have the droid go through air vents. And it's like, this isn't going to be good.
Yeah.
You know the camera's
essentially
gonna be bad.
your character is captured, and so your droid, you're playing Iden Versio, who's the leader of the Inferno Squad, and this droid that sort of she keeps on her back, like the disc ones with the legs that sort of stick out.
Yeah.
From Empire.
she like controls it with her voice. She's like, hey, come rescue me from blah, blah, blah. So like you have to go travel through vents to free yourself.
And unlock a bunch of doors and do all this shit.
Yeah.
It's like, it's video game 101
I was
of
like,
like,
this-
don't ever fucking do this.
This is
in a
like a
game.
middle mission maybe somewhere, but this is not how you start
To
off.
start
the game.
off, it's just like, it's so incredibly lame.
Yeah.
And as it was happening, I kept thinking, I was just like, wow, like this is serving the story more than it's serving the gameplay.
Right.
And I was like, cool, great. I can be into that. I can see past this if the story like keeps going, because like it was very interesting right from the get-go, story-wise. But then I feel like it takes such a sharp turn where everything we were promised in the marketing leading up to this game, they didn't really deliver on it. You only play as Aiden for half the game. Like,
Really?
If it's 4 hours, I'd say only 2 hours are with her. The other 2 hours, you're an assortment of heroes.
They just feel like hero missions.
Like Luke or Han,
Oh, shit, okay.
Really?
or Lando or Kylo Ren.
Do they have Harrison Ford and
So Billy D. Williams is the voice
Fuck
of
yeah, Billy D.
Lando, which is
Williams is,
awesome.
yeah.
But yeah, Luke isn't Mark Hamill, and
Okay.
it's noticeable.
It's noticeable.
It's
Yeah.
kind of weird. And Leia obviously isn't Carrie Fisher, but
did they get
there's-
Watto's voice?
No, they didn't actually.
No Watto in this game.
No Watto at all.
Fucking huge fucking disappointment. Yeah.
did. Why
you use robots?
Well, that was the thing is, like,
on the.
so when Luke first popped up, I was just like, okay, cool. And it definitely does feel story-wise like a Star Wars movie where there is a lot going on and there's all the wipes and stuff. I'm like,
the wipes.
It feels authentic. It
Yeah.
feels right. But then once you start playing as Luke, it goes from, oh man, this is cool, I'm fucking Luke, to, oh man, this whole game is just all the multiplayer modes smashed together into 4 hours. Where they're like, oh, well, we have that map. How can we make it linear?
Yeah.
Oh, we have this gameplay
So is it like
mode.
CTF and stuff? Like they're like capture this point and sit
not,
there and do
not
that?
so much. Well, it's not CTF, but yeah, there are a lot of missions that are
Capture this.
inspired by, at the very least.
I mean, a lot of it is like defend the something.
Defend this.
While
Stay here while
things are coming at
hordes
you.
are coming at you. And playing as the heroes just it isn't fun.
Yeah.
It feels super wonky, and like especially the Jedi characters, like you jump and you just float all over the place. It's just like there's no sense. You're just kind of mashing R2 as he just swings the saber around, and then the story elements start going through, and it's like it does feel authentic, but it also feels very fan fictiony, and it's just like it never perfectly meshes. And the biggest problem I have with it is, the moment you do something, the next mission just jumps, and it moves so quickly into so many different characters that it never feels like it's all part of the same story.
No.
And
It feels really disjointed.
very, very disjointed. And it really does feel like they're like, we have these multiplayer elements. How do we get them into single player? And it shows especially when you feel like you're in this really big area, and the moment you go somewhere the game doesn't want you to, which doesn't take long, if you go a little to the left or a little to the right, the screen turns gray and there's a countdown clock that's like 10, 9, 8. Like, get back to the
Just like Star Wars.
the mission area. Like, get back to the mission area.
canon, yeah.
And it's just like it feels so linear. I love linear games, but there's something about this where there's not even an option of going the wrong way. Like, at every single moment, no matter what mission you're doing, there's a waypoint indicator exactly where you need to go, and you can just straight line it to it. And then you get there, and then there's like some cutscene, and the cutscenes do not look good.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
like,
was it you? Were you having any HDR issues?
yes, constantly.
Oh, the cutscenes look really bad.
The screens would flash black a lot, and I'm like, man, like this. I did not expect there to be these type of technical problems for an EA.
Yeah.
Star Wars game. Like, I
problems with
expected a lot of problems, but not these.
On the cutscenes, there was so much artifacting, like where it just looks like a really low quality, fucking like MP4.
Is it rendered or is it like in game?
Oh no, it's rendered.
Oh.
yeah,
The cutscenes look worse than the gameplay.
yeah, 100%.
And it's weird.
It adds
That
like
is
it adds a
odd.
weird little filter that they're trying to make it look filmy or whatever. But if there's a dark, you can see like the color gradients where like this dark turns into this lighter gray and then this lighter gray,
Just the
like
lines and stuff.
really bad. Yeah, it's pretty terrible. I'd like to say that when this was sort of announced, that I've got a bad feeling about this, and I did, and I was like, "There's no way." Like Battlefront 1 came out in what 2015. Mm-hmm. And then they announced this campaign that we've always wanted to play as these characters, to play in the Star Wars world. And my first thought was like, fuck, it's coming out in when? Like, there's no way you can make a campaign, like a solid campaign that quickly, unless it's going to be like 3 or 4 hours, which is what we got or whatever. But and my initial thought was like, they're going to use multiplayer maps for these stages, and it was just totally evident, and it really felt like. It felt like when you wanted to play online as a kid, but you didn't have the internet, so it forced you into like sort of
Play some bots.
fake
Like bot
multiplayer
lobby,
maps, sort of thing. Yeah, like with your friend, you can play co-op and defend these points or whatever. There's a mission when you're Luke and one of the guys from the fire squad. He's essentially Aiden's like homeboy or whatever. He gets stuck on this planet that Luke's on, and Luke sees him, and the guy's like all scared. He's like, "Oh shit, this is a Jedi or whatever." And Luke rescues him, and they become kind of friends or whatever. And essentially, this guy has to fucking mash buttons on a thing, and you have to defend him from bugs. And they're just like these big flying bugs. And I was like, "This is fucking bad, man. Like, this is not fun." And I'm just swinging this lightsaber and using my like abilities, which don't really feel different at all. Like, I don't know.
Real quick, just to make sure, and I'm not at all insulting your Star Wars knowledge. Could these bugs be Baby Wattos? Like before it's like the pupa state of a Watto.
I don't think they are. The what?
Pupa state of a Watto.
So this game takes place in between Jedi and Awakens?
You witness the fucking Death Star explode.
So and everything they've shown from the marketing, I was like, this sounds great because it's going to fill in a lot of gaps. It's going to explain the fall of the Empire and the rise of the First Order.
Yeah.
And that type of stuff. Nope, not at all. You don't get any of that.
Okay.
There's this Operation Cinder they've shown in a lot of all the campaign stuff we've seen in trailers is really from the first 2 missions of the game, which is cool.
Which sounds cool, yeah.
It does sound cool because it sounds like they hit a lot of stuff. It's just the rest of the stuff, it's just becomes so generic Star Wars where it's like, oh yeah, all those battles that you heard about, the Battle of Jakku and this and that, she was there on the good side. Doing something that's kind of inconsequential.
Yeah. Remember that big, that fucking big
how can I forget?
Star Destroyer?
The Star Destroyer that's
Yeah.
crashing to Jakku. This is it. Like that sort
You're
of stuff
fighting
happens.
under it.
So like the fanboy in me sees certain things like that and it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. And you kind of get excited. And then you get back into the gameplay and even from the multiplayer, I didn't like the way the shooting felt. And this was coming like straight from playing Destiny 2 for months or 3 weeks, just solid
Super floaty shooting types. Yeah.
Yeah, the shooting never felt great to me. So having that in the campaign, it's whatever. Did you play in third person or first person, Tim?
I switched back and forth
Okay.
depending on the mission, but I felt like there wasn't too much of a difference.
Right.
Like your viewing angle wasn't that different.
Right.
I think by the end of the game, I stuck to third most of the time because when you're heroes, you have to be third.
Oh, right.
And towards the end of the game, you're back and forth so quick, so much, and so often that I was like, I'm just gonna stick
In the
with it.
first third of the game or so, your character Aiden, like just quickly is like, you know what? All this stuff is bad. I'm going to the good side.
And it's so disappointing.
Yeah.
Not earned at all.
Oh, really?
And and I think that was the moment that I was like, this game is not good.
Yeah.
And what's so sad to me is like you were saying that you had a bad feeling about it. I had a great feeling about it. I really thought this was going to be good because last year with Battlefield 1, they nailed the campaign.
Battlefront.
You're talking about Battlefield 1.
Oh, Battlefield 1.
They nailed the
World War I
campaign
game.
so well with the whole 5 different, like totally different contained stories or whatever. Had they done that with this, it would have made so much more sense because it has to span 30 years.
Right.
Instead, this game takes place out of its 4 hours, I would say 3 hours and 45 minutes are within the first year after Jedi, and the last 15 minutes are around Force Awakens. And then the biggest crime the game commits is it doesn't have an ending. You just play. There's something that happens that's like, oh shit. Like a character dies, and then it's just like, there's not even credits. It just says Star Wars Battlefront 2. And it's like...
And it's really digitized and shitty and artifacty.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
When Battlefront 2 pops up and all these and it's like, dude, I feel like I downloaded this from...
420 mirror you got from
I feel
someone.
like I downloaded from Kazaa. Yeah,
I couldn't believe it was over.
That's so disappointing
when
because
it hit.
when title cards hit, that's always like Assassin's Creed's really good about like when that title card punches, like, oh, here we go, and to waste it on something like that,
dude, it was
This
definitely
sucks.
a waste. It does. It's so bad because I had such high hopes, and it's like I feel like it's no one person's fault. It's no group's fault. It's just the combination of all the things together of what this had to be.
It just felt super rushed.
The good thing is, though, all the bitching I'm doing about the graphics of the campaign, the graphics in multiplayer look stunning.
This is the best
no,
game
yeah.
I've ever seen.
The effects and the way that like even like the leaves move.
Even the campaign.
Yeah, it's
man,
beautiful.
It is
So,
it's beautiful.
There's a part that I was telling Tim about where you get to play as bearded Han Solo, and he's inside of Maz Kanata's like
Yeah, he is.
cantina or whatever.
Love
a lot of
Maz.
Maz in this
Love
game.
Maz. Really?
Yeah.
yeah, like 45 minutes.
Is it really? Do you know if it's really Lupita Nyong'o?
I don't know, but it did sound
It
like
sounded like her a lot. Yeah. So you're essentially in this bar as like a bearded Han Solo, and she's like, "Where's Chewie? Where's my Wookiee at?" And he's like, you know, it's like really cute. The little cutscene's funny or whatever.
This is Jedi Han Solo, though. It's like a younger, I mean, not,
Yes.
not super old Han Solo.
This is
It's
right
It's
after.
a year after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Return.
Yeah, so
Grew a beard.
you get to walk around this cantina and you're looking for somebody and you're talking to these different
Is
people.
Judah Freelander there?
What?
Judah Freelander was in that scene.
Oh no,
He wears a hat with a shit on it.
no,
He
Sorry.
wasn't there.
didn't recognize him. I'm not that into. My lore isn't there. I didn't read all the books, Greg.
You know, well, they don't matter anymore. You know about the midichlorians, though.
I know about the midichlorians.
Yeah.
So you get to wander around this cantina and talk to a bunch of different like patrons, and there's just like people walking around like, "Hey, Han," like saying shit like that, and it really reminded me of walking around in the clubs of like Mass Effect.
Okay.
And I just had this like, man, if this were a big open world game where I'm just like in this NPC area and I can like go to the bar and like buy a drink and interact and talk to this guy and figure out what he's looking for and like, hey, my son went missing, you know, like just
Sure, pick up a side quest.
I just want this to be a world, and it's like I saw a tiny glimpse.
Well, that's what 1313 was going to be, right? That was,
1313 was going to be a little bit
that was the
more
Boba Fett
linear?
game.
It wasn't like it wasn't really like an open world game. It was more of like
Action,
story,
linear
cutscene,
storytelling.
play,
Okay.
cutscene. Yeah,
And it wasn't Boba Fett, was it? It was just bounty hunters.
I thought it was Boba Fett.
I think it was.
Could've
I
sworn
thought it was Bounty Hunters.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm wrong.
wasn't Boba Fett. No, a Jango Fett game.
There was a Jango Fett game called Bounty Hunter on the PlayStation 2.
I also worked with a few some of my former coworkers at my first studio worked on the Darth Maul game that never got made.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway,
cool, too.
I saw a small glimpse of like what I really want a Star Wars game to be.
Yeah.
and it was taken from me immediately. Who was your favorite
Immediately.
hero to play as?
Lando. So here's the thing. He wasn't fun to play at all. Oh, man. Him and Princess Leia. It's just like they felt worse than Iden. Like they felt like they didn't feel special. Like all the Force users, sure, cool. Like you obviously have a lightsaber and have different abilities that makes it feel
You do
different.
a ground pound on the Force.
Shit goes crazy. It's pretty cool.
You can pull people too. Those are a couple cool moments.
there's a lot
as
of those type of fun
Luke.
things gameplay wise. But Leia and Lando, it's just like, oh, they have a shittier gun than you normally have. I'm like, this is really lame. But Lando's mission was awesome. One of the things that I did really like. All the new characters in this game are fantastic, with the exception of Iden because of the nonsensical turning to the good side. Like it just doesn't make sense at fucking all. But the Del, the
Dude, you
dude,
get
the
a
dude
Del.
character,
Yeah, Del's essentially like a British Han Solo. Like he's like the cool.
and his turn was also incredibly weak. But I feel like that was weak more from Luke's perspective than his. But throughout the game, I enjoyed him a lot. And then what was the name of the alien character? Was it Shriv?
Yeah.
Like Lando and Shriv.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Shriv's been in other things. I think he's a new character in this game. He was funny as hell. Everything he was in, every line he had, I'm like, this is great.
He was very
Sarcastic.
very from Rogue One, the tall
robot?
Yeah.
K9SO?
Yeah,
K2SO?
K2SO, yeah.
Very similar to
K2,
that.
very dry, very like pessimistic and kind of like, oh, here we go. Like that sort of character. Yeah, I enjoyed him a lot.
And he was great, and that's why the Lando mission I think is my favorite because that's where he really shined. But the Lando mission, again, so inconsequential, and it's like, why are we here? Oh, because you have a multiplayer map here. I guess sure. But
This
yeah,
sucks.
it does, man.
Dude.
It does. And then not.
Do I need to play this?
No.
Oh.
No.
But also, it's like, well, no, actually, you don't need to play it. Nick should play it because Nick likes Star Wars, and
He
it's
also
like
likes bad things.
and it's 4 hours, so it's not long at all. But yeah, you do not need to play this at all. At least the campaign.
Yeah, I enjoyed multiplayer in the first one.
I mean, I love the Starfighter stuff. There were a few missions in Starfighter where I was like, all right, this is the one part of multiplayer that I actually enjoyed. Because playing in the beta, I realized, man, I don't like this first person, third person stuff. But I love being in a spaceship and dogfighting. So the few missions in there I enjoyed, and that's probably what I'm going to play. The majority of what I'm going to play when I finally get into multiplayer and stuff like that. But yeah, man, just really disappointing. Super bummed out about it.
Yeah. And then now there's supposedly DLC coming, free DLC for story stuff.
That
And
epilogue,
At least
right?
it's free.
Yeah, at least it's free, but it's just like this game needed an ending. Like I haven't been this disappointed with an ending since Halo 2.
At the end,
I
you
was
just
saying.
play as Kylo.
And it's
which is
super
so jarring.
not satisfying. It
It's
doesn't
like
make
Kylo closer to Force Awakens, I'm guessing.
right
or-
before
Yeah.
Force Awakens.
Okay.
Like they're preparing for a Star Killer base or whatever.
You know how he does like the whole, I'm going to read into your mind. You're essentially Kylo in the person's mind.
Oh, neat.
and then it's all
It's like
these
running
really,
around. You're
running around
really
like
shitty effects happening.
like a
that,
weird-
like draw you in
Okay.
this perfectly straight line.
Yeah. You're just jumping at shit, jumping at ghosts. It's just,
Fuck. I was looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
Weird.
Fuck.
So that's what I've been playing.
There's a lot of times where I'm like, fuck, am I being too hard on this? And like there's redeeming qualities that I'm not focusing on. I feel like we have focused on the redeeming qualities. Like this is as bad as we're making it sound. Like
It's so sad. It's Star Wars. How do you mess up Star Wars? It's such an easy, like, oh yeah, do certain things. There you go. Boom. Done.
Yeah, I read an article on Kotaku about it where like everything I read is exactly how I felt of just like this was such a hard game to fuck up. And I think it came down to time, to be honest with you. I really think it came down to we got to get this game out before Force Awakens.
Episode 8, you mean?
Or Last Jedi. We have to get this out before Last Jedi. And we have to put a campaign in there because that's what the people want.
So
Yeah.
there's a couple things that I've seen people talk about. One of them being that the reason that there's no end of the game is because they don't want to spoil stuff for the Last Jedi and that the DLC is still coming out before Last Jedi, so that doesn't make any sense. And the other thing is it's very obvious that the campaign was like that somebody pressured someone to be like, we got to get Han in there, we got to get Luke in there, we got to get Leia in the campaign, and it really does feel at odds with itself because I have to imagine from talking to Waltz and to Mitch about everything that they wanted Iden to be the story. You know, that
Oh,
they
of
had a
course.
vision for what that was.
Of course.
And it feels like all this other stuff just had to be kind of crammed in there.
Sure.
Well, it's like the article about Amy Hennig's Star Wars, where you heard people talking about, like, yeah, the game was this, and then EA execs would be like, hey, where's Chewbacca?
Yeah.
When is Chewbacca coming in this game? And they're like, well, he's not. Well, okay, we'll get him in there. Figure it out.
Yeah.
And you could tell that, like, oh, you're Luke now. You're the hero. Here are the heroes you know. It's like, fuck, man. I hated playing as Luke.
That sucks because you see like Rogue One. It's like here's a new slew of people you've never seen before. It's
Sure.
like why not that? It's like they've shown that it can happen. So I don't know. That's disappointing to hear.
Jack, I don't want to end on a bad note. You play a lot of Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed's good?
It's good. It's
Okay.
I've seen a lot of people in our Facebook like ranking the Assassin's Creed series.
Yeah.
And Origins is like at the top of a lot of people's lists.
It's I haven't given enough time that I need to. Like the people that I know that have beaten it, they say they're like the story is fantastic and everything I've played so far.
Andrea
has been
just is like 35 hours, 40 hours in now. She's not even like worried about the story. She's trying to do everything and
Oh,
have
yeah,
a great
yeah.
time.
Yeah, it's a huge map. Like the map is overwhelmingly large.
Yeah.
But I mean, it gives you tons of stuff to do. And yeah, like everything I've dealt with so far at Bayek, the new character, he's great, and like his wife is awesome.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
what
like,
everybody
oh
says.
yeah, and like even the modern, like I love the modern day stuff in Assassin's Creed. Like Miles was, Desmond, excuse me, Desmond. Like I loved all his stuff. I loved all the modern day kind of interesting stuff, and they've largely neglected that. And then the first time you pop into like the modern day stuff, there's a lot of information you can kind of dig into, and I could spend hours just reading through it all.
Okay, good.
And so, but I like it a lot, and so I'm a big Assassin's Creed fanboy, and I want to play more of it. I haven't had the time to. It's like Extra Life, and then coming here, then we have Thanksgiving. It's like it's just nonstop. So. But
Yeah.
I need to soak a bunch of times into Assassin's Creed.
Is there anyone that likes the beginning of Assassin's Creed? Because I've been hearing a lot of really bad things about
AC1
Origins.
or-
No, like the
Origins.
beginning of this game. Like I've talked about on the show, the first hour, right? First 30 minutes I played, I was like, I'm too tired, I'm not feeling this. Went to bed, woke up, I'm like, I'm gonna play some Assassin's Creed. Played another 30 minutes, and it was the same thing. It was like, who am I? What's happening? Why am I funding these people? I'm tossing all this shit.
I
And then
didn't have that.
Yeah, I didn't have that
Really?
at all. Like,
Matt Arnold, I saw,
Yeah.
Freddie's partner, we were talking about it. He was doing the same thing. He's like, this is a really weird first hour. Should I keep playing? And I was like, everybody says you should, so go for it.
very quickly, you kind of like realize sort of his motivation. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's. I mean, not spoiling anything, but you pick up like a year after kind of the events have been set in place, and you literally, it's like you're looking to kill certain people to avenge something, and it's like the first within an hour you kind of hit the point where like oh now I know why I'm doing this stuff.
Okay.
And then like there's sort of tutorial area Siwa, which is like the first area. Once you beat that, once they kind of like reteach you like there's leveling, there's like RPG stuff now. Once you get past that, kill your first target, then you're supposed to go off to Alexandria, which is like the first major city. That's when it's like oh, okay, now the game's begun. And so, it does take some time, but I mean, it's kind of like they've taken 2 years off, and it's like, all right, let's reteach everyone how to play Assassin's
I want to
Creed.
clear out all these campaigns I'm sitting on, and then sit down and actually be able to dedicate time, because I just don't think I have a 30-hour open world thing in front of me right now where I'd want to do that.
Andrea mentioned that you have the ability to switch back to the old combat style.
Yeah, there's a menu option to do that.
Okay.
So, but I mean, like the new combat style is very much like R1's like a light attack, R2 is a heavy attack, and then you've got like dodge. I mean, it's. I mean, I always, anytime a developer changes up the fighting style or the shooting style, I always go with a new style. I'm like, all right, this is how they want me to play it. And
Clearly, they're doing this for a reason.
Yeah. So I always change to it. But yeah, there is a way to change it back to the very classic Assassin's Creed. So.
Gotcha.
Have you been playing anything else, Jack?
Oh man, a little bit of zombies. I was telling you about that before. A lot of Marvel Puzzle Quest on my phone. Ooh. I don't know. It's kind of. I mean, honestly, like with us, it's. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but for us, it's like, what's the game of the week? All right, let's play that game. Okay, let's move on to the next game. It's like, all right, move on to the next game. So it's a little tricky because like you can't really dedicate that much time in any one game. You know, it's like we go back to Grand Theft Auto every single week. Been playing a lot of Minecraft Sky Factory, which is a mod for Minecraft that we can't get away from because it's so addicting. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like whatever's out there. We'll try to play it a little bit. So
there you go.
I played so much Mario on the plane.
Yeah.
Game's
How many
so
moons you
fucking good. Yeah.
What happened to you?
Well, I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Imitating your favorite Star Wars character.
We'll say
alien?
plus or minus 300, somewhere around there. You know what I mean? Like, but just going through, having the dark side of the moon unlocked, it's so good.
In about 12 hours, I will be leaving on my flight back home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Where I am attending a wedding where I will be dressed up as a cowboy. But that's besides the point.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
what?
I've been looking forward to this all year.
My cousin's getting married, and it's like...
Is she 6?
No.
There's a pony ride. There's like a pony ride thing.
He is like your Tejano, sort of like Mexican, like cowboy. We're wearing cowboy hats. We're wearing cowboy boots. Yeah, RGV. That's where I'm from.
Oh, nice.
We
Don't play no games.
McAllen, Texas. So I will be going down there for a wedding, but I am so excited about my plane ride and the whole trip. I'm not even bummed up.
I ain't bummed up.
I'm not bummed up, Tim. You know, I'm not bummed out that they're that I have to stop in like fucking Ohio or some shit, or probably not
Great,
Ohio.
more layover time.
Yeah, exactly. I get to play more Mario.
Moons,
That's what I'm
moons,
so
moons.
stoked
Moons
about.
on moons
So
on
I've been
moons.
like purposely not playing Mario so I can like dedicate all my time to it on this flight.
Yeah, I held off, as I talked about last week or whatever, getting ready for the flights I had for to and from Maryland, and I was so glad I did. And it was that thing of like I thought I was like, I'm gonna knock these moons out, and some of those moon challenges are so fucking hard. Of like trying to get through things and not that when you jump into the 2D wall or whatever, and especially if you know the one I'm talking about is you're running and you got to get up the bullet bills to get the
Damn, fucking spoilers. I
moon.
don't know. It was bullet bills in this
Then
game.
you come down and you got to go across all the way up, not get killed by bullet. But then you jump into the fucking rotating 2D worlds that if you pop out of.
Oh, that, yeah. Did
was
you get both moons in that one?
Yep. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But it was like
Damn, pro gamers, dude.
It was like 30, 45 minutes of playing it over and over and just like fuck. And I'm in my seat all scrunched up with Jen next to me.
I was one of my, I don't even want to say it was a complaint, but something that I was like, I wish Mario Odyssey was harder. And I was like, we'll see when we get to the end game. And oh man, the end game is,
Yeah, they have so many things
is
in there.
exactly what I was looking for. And it's substantial. There's so much.
And, but like
I'm loving it so
like fucking
damn
being
much.
in New Donk City and seeing the thing way out there, and it was like, I guess like I just really started to like I just got to the first puzzle where it was like fucking throw your cap and jump to your cap and do that dive thing that I never did in the entire.
I still can't do that.
I never did in the entire campaign. I was up there. I'm like, all right, just run to the edge, jump, thing, go, fly, and like you're like Mario's fingertips like go against the building as he dies, and I'm like, I can fucking do this. But it was like another, like 7 tries, and it's like you start all the way across the map, run to the fucking building, climb up the building, do it again and again, and then when you finally got there, I was like, fuck, is this rewarding? Like this game is so fucking good.
No.
Not game of the year though.
Yeah,
it is actually.
I will tell you a game I played. I actually beat. I totally forgot until just now. I beat the Fractured But Whole.
Oh yeah, we
South
love
Park.
it.
Holy shit, that game is fun, man. It's playing a game. It's playing a TV show or playing a movie, really.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I forgot to mention last time we were talking about Fractured But Whole. Girl I'm dating, my girlfriend, she works at UB, so.
Oh, that's
didn't
nice.
say
Disclosure.
that. Disclosure.
Yeah.
But that's a game I gave up on, Jack, because
Really?
I was sick.
Let me disclose that she works there, and I don't like the game.
Fucking piece of shit. No, it was a weekend that I was sick, and I stayed home all weekend. So I was like, clearly, I'm just gonna try to play all these video games. We already had Assassin's Creed by that point.
Yeah.
And so I'm playing South Park, and I put in like 8 hours in one day, on top of the 8 hours that I had already put into it, and then I fucking lost all of my progress. Like, or not all of it, but it went back to like the first save, one of the second save points that I had, and I lost like a whole day's work. So like I was at like 580 or 600 something power might level, and it came back all the way down to like 210.
Oof.
And I was like, well, that's it for me, man. I'm just gonna like Google and see what happened. And I even asked, I walked into the office and asked Nick what happens in the story, just so I can kind of.
Was it a PC or Xbox or
PS4?
Ah, well, there's your problem.
Well, apparently, here we go. No, apparently, I did read about somebody in our Facebook group mentioned, like, beware of the PS4 autosave bug.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, oh, well, that fucking
That's
got
just on
me.
you, man.
So were you like playing it and just like it kicked you all of a sudden, or
No,
did you
I was
stop
playing
and come
it,
back?
stopped, went to go eat, played like a game of NBA 2K, went back into South Park. I was like, oh, you're fucking kidding me. I was so bummed out.
That's my nightmare, dude.
Yeah, it sucked.
That's why you got to be obsessed with those saves.
Oh, yeah,
I don't care. I never trust an autosave. Get in there. I had all my multiple save files because I was going to try to trick it for the trophies too.
Safe
Just letting you know.
Stanley over
Just letting you know.
here.
Hey, it's me, Safe Stanley. Y'all want to eat some glass? No.
So Andy, you got to get back to making the Thanksgiving.
I'm getting
club
back to
banger.
this
Go get
Turkey
your
Day
banger.
banger, guys.
I want to give a
later.
shout out to Destiny 2.
Okay.
Started playing that again.
Uh-huh.
God damn, is Destiny 2 fun?
Yeah.
I love that game so
Are you
much.
playing on PC now?
No, of course not. Come on, I'm not a dork. I'm not over here. Ooh, it needs to look prettier.
So
out
much
of here.
faster.
Should be.
Loads so fast.
I love being able to check my phone. There was a game, legitimately. There's some game we've been playing in the new release schedule here, where like I did have like the audible complaint of like, fuck, the load's too fast. Because it would be the thing
Good
of like it
Lord,
starts and
Greg.
I get my phone. I'm like, I can't even fucking see what's
can't
happening on
even do
Twitter.
Dude, Assassin's Creed Origins, like playing that on the original Xbox One as opposed to an Xbox One X or
Smoke's
PC.
pouring outside of it.
Oh my god! It's like on a PC it loads up in like 15 seconds. On an original Xbox One, it's something like a minute and a half.
Do you have
It's so
an
bad.
X?
Yeah, I do.
What's your opinion on that so far?
I like it so far. I mean, I haven't really put it through its paces too much, but I mean, I have it at my house and I just play whatever I can on it. I mean, I've only had it for maybe a week, and of that, I've play like maybe 2 nights on it. So, but I mean, it's nice, and that's where everything's going 4K. So it was like, all right, time to upgrade, and it'll be the point in Achievement Hunter where it's like, all right, let's get everyone figured out 4K, and then the El Gato 4K comes out next week. So we're all going 4K.
It's time.
Yeah.
Someone called this out in the comments of one of the videos, maybe a Games Daily we did. Do you want the Xbox One X?
I mean, if you are going to use it, I will.
I mean, it's
start
on my
playing.
entertainment center and it looks good, and I use it as my Xbox, but like I don't have the 4K TV, so it is that thing. I'm like, oh, somebody's like, doesn't Tim have the 4K TV? Why wouldn't he take it?
I mean, I would totally take it.
yeah, I'm fine with my Xbox One S.
Oh yeah, you already have it. I was going to say.
you have a
I'm
Gears
down
one
to
too, I
trade
saw.
Yeah,
those.
the Gears One S.
Yeah, I mean, I am totally down to shift over third-party games to the X.
Well, then I'm not giving it to you. I don't like that at all.
What?
I don't like that shifting.
Doesn't
at
it make all of our lives easier?
Boo.
That way I get higher quality games.
Boo.
We always we can't get a
Join
bazillion
us.
PS4 codes for everything.
Most of the
Join
time
us.
we can.
Yeah.
This most recent time we couldn't. What was it? Battlefront. Kevin can't even fucking read emails on which codes to take and what codes not to take.
Like a fucking.
Anyways, I'll bring you the Xbox One S.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, cool. Well, that's awesome. But before we move on to the next segment, cool, Greg, get over here.
Dun, 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 dun,
So Cool Greg just got a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Courtesy of the people that make
Kyle
Rhyme.
Stevenson, and what was the company? I don't remember. I'll check it. Kyle Stevenson.
Thank you.
6 foot?
6 foot.
6 foot.
LLC.
So they got you a Nintendo Switch, which is really cool of them.
So awesome.
And you've been having a good time with it. You bought Mario Odyssey,
Yeah.
which is
Yesterday.
which is the first video game my brother Greg has ever bought in his life.
Wow.
I think so, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's that. Well, besides like at Goodwill,
I was gonna say, what about
Yeah, 'cause-
Simpsons Hit and Run on PS2?
Yeah, I went back for Hit and Run. I had to go find that one. So
but like
remember
brand new
that.
video games the first
Yeah,
time.
I think so.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I was there when we bought our Xbox for Christmas. So
Yeah,
I don't know if that
You were
counts.
there. Yeah, you were there.
Adjacent.
But
You weren't.
You're not here to talk about Mario Odyssey. You've been playing another game. Tell the people
yeah.
about it.
I don't know, man. It's been fun.
What is it?
Maria the Witch. It's on Switch.
Yeah?
You know how Boongang is, where you hold the button down, like when you touch the screen or the buttons, and it keeps spinning until you let go.
Yeah.
You press it quick, then you go straight.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, but you're in the air.
Okay.
You just have to collect different like coins, and then you land. And once you land, you get to decide like, do I use this coin to make this or I can come back like a checkpoint? Or,
Oh, okay.
You know, I don't know. It's cool. I just like it mainly because it kind of looks like that anime with the girl and the little cat, like every other witch.
Kiki.
Kiki. It
Sabrina.
looks like Kiki. just
yes.
just
Kiki's
like
delivery
chilling
service.
out. You know?
Okay.
So yeah, I really enjoyed
I hadn't
it.
heard of this game. That's awesome.
Yeah. $4.99 on I don't know,
eShop.
The eShop.
Switch.com. Yeah. there you go.
Switch.com.
Well, cool, Greg. Thank you very much. You can get back to playing Marie the Witch.
Nice.
Wow, what encouraged him to buy Maria the Witch?
He liked how it looked.
All right, cool. All right, I like
Icon.
that. I like that a lot.
He has Mario Odyssey, and he's playing Marie the Witch. You gotta love Cool Greg. All right, now it's time for This Week in Gaming History. Big week.
Big week.
As all the weeks have been.
All these fall weeks.
Thanksgiving week.
Because of the fall stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff for you here.
Finally, it's always fucking for Tim. Oh, Pokemon did this. Tony Hawk did this.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Tony
Digimon
Hawk's Skater.
suck.
Deal with it, man. 1 year ago, Watch Dogs 2 came out on November 15th.
Great game,
2016,
underrated.
Xbox One
Play it now. Cheap.
and PS4. Man, I can't believe it's been a year. Watch Dogs 2 feels like it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But that's how
because so much happens in our
Yeah,
life.
it's been
That's
a
the
busy
thing.
year. 2017 has been a very busy year.
You're a big Ubisoft guy.
Yeah, I am. Definitely
you-
a Ubisoft fan.
Stone-
Did you
shithead.
like Watch Dogs 2 a lot?
I enjoyed it. I liked it. I mean, it was definitely, it felt a lot better than the first Watch Dogs.
Yes.
First Watch Dogs is very like kind of linear and kind of I don't like playing characters, protagonists that are like unhappy, you
Right.
know? Like that's why I didn't like Assassin's Creed 3 because of that. Like Connor was such kind of like just mopey. I mean, like he had every right to be like upset and pissed off.
He's had a rough life.
Yeah, but it's like it's not fun. Like that's where like Black Flag, where you play like Edward,
Hell
he's
yeah.
like a pirate, and he's like and it's a lot of fun. And then like Syndicate was great with like Evie and Jacob, both kind of like I like those characters. So anyway, Watch Dogs 1 was a little tricky. Watch Dogs 2 I enjoyed a lot more.
Yeah, Marcus and the whole Dead Set crew, right? That was
Yeah,
their
yeah.
shtick and why I liked it so much. It was bright, it was colorful. Like I said, they were like a very obviously ramped up version of like hey, they got excited for a new movie trailer, right? And
Yeah,
like shit like
yeah.
that, and they were pulling like movie heists and all this crap.
But
like,
I love like the sort of like fourth wall breaking. Like you can hack into Ubisoft.
yeah, of
and so,
course.
like, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Yeah,
It did not get enough love.
Yeah.
Tim, love it.
Watch Dogs 2? I enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you.
4 years ago, November 12th, 2013, Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, Battlefield 4, FIFA 14, Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition, Madden NFL 25, and NBA 2K14 all came out on PS4 before the PS4 came out.
Right?
Wait, so are you
that's
saying
how video games work.
Madden 25?
They call it was the 25th anniversary.
The 25th anniversary
So
of Madden.
next
which
year
even
is
then
the
didn't make
30th
sense.
anniversary of Madden.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
that makes
Man.
sense. That checks
That's
out.
that's wild.
That's how math
I
works,
did the
yeah.
math.
And then 4 years ago, on November 15th, 2013, Call of Duty Ghost, DC Universe Online, Lego Marvel Superheroes, and Need for Speed Rivals, and the PlayStation 4.
Cheer
itself
around
launched.
one. Fucking DC Universe Online, PlayStation 4. You kidding me?
Such
Woo-wee.
like that launch is just like it was totally a quantity over quality type thing. But that's not even fair to say because there was a lot of quality games
Yeah.
there. It just there wasn't that like there
it was
was no
the sa-
exclusive. There
There's
was no
no
like
killer app.
yeah.
It was the same thing where, yeah, like Madden 25 was like a not a great Madden because it was just trying to make it to be there. But then,
Be on
like,
both.
yeah, it was Black Flag being on both. Yeah, doing this thing.
6 years
Was
ago.
Madden 25 on both or was it just the. I remember I thought there was a difference in the PlayStation 4 next gen version of it.
No idea.
Okay, good
Someone
talk.
let us know. Kindoffunny.com/you're wrong. 6 years ago, on November 13th, 2011, Super Mario 3D Land was released on 3DS. One of the most underrated Super Mario games. 8 years ago,
'Cause they're
November
usually overrated.
16th, 2009, Left 4 Dead 2.
Hell
on
fucking
PC.
yeah.
And
Left
then
4
1
Dead.
year before that, on November 17th, Left 4 Dead 1 on
Yeah.
PC. I don't remember there being a 1 year gap.
Yeah, it was quick. It was real
That's
quick between
nuts.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then 3 came out
Fuck them. Make 3. Make it
Portal
already.
3, make Left 4 Dead 3, just make any 3.
3, man.
Get
It's full
Turtle Rock
time.
off this Evolve garbage. Put him back on Left 4 Dead.
10 years ago, November 12th,
It's not garbage.
2007,
It's just not a good game.
Mario Galaxy came out on Wii, a very properly rated game because it got a lot of 10s. 10 years ago, on November 13, 2007, the first Assassin's Creed came out
Hey.
on PS3 and 360. 10 years ago.
Were you
that
in?
10 years ago?
Were you in from the beginning with
No,
Assassin's
I came in
Creed?
at 2.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
yeah,
I played a little bit of 1. I was like, oh, no,
Yeah.
thanks.
One lost me, man, because I was such a Prince of Persia guy.
Yeah.
And one was like, oh, here's the next gen
Yeah, yeah.
Prince. And then didn't like that shit at all. 10 years ago, on the same day, November 13th, 2007, Crysis came out on PC.
Wow.
Yeah. And then 11 years ago, Greg, on November 17th, 2006, the PlayStation 3.
Oh yeah, there it was. That big black beauty.
The big
That
black
nobody
beauty.
wanted.
60 gigabytes, backwards compatibility,
$599 US dollars.
$599.
I remember
US
I
dollars.
remember not being excited for that, obviously, because I was a consumer who made sense. Didn't have an HDTV, didn't have Ethernet. You know what I mean? I remember when I got my Wii, I picked, my Wii was coming in the next, because it was the next day. You know, PlayStation 3 launched, and the next day was Wii. Or yeah, that's right. Or was it the Friday and then the Sunday? Whatever.
That's what it was.
All right. And I remember going from the PlayStation 3 line over there, but I remember walking the PlayStation 3 line I was doing a newspaper article on it, and only one person out of the line of like 25 people was there for themselves. Everybody else was there buying it, trying to flip it online. And I was like, economy doesn't sound like it's going to work out the way you think it is, but okay, do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Then 12 years ago, November 14, 2005, Mario Kart DS on the DS.
What a game.
Really good. Really
what
good
a
Mario
fucking
Kart.
game.
That was a game changer for the franchise.
Right.
In a lot of ways. I feel like that really kind of upped the ante. Whereas like, we're going to take this franchise seriously. And you can see it has a lot of the DNA that we now see in like Mario Kart 8
Sure.
Deluxe and all
I'm glad you brought this one back up. I think we're doubling up here on some of the history stuff. I thought I had that on my rundown last week, but nobody
maybe?
was there to help me.
Yeah,
so I'm
wasn't
glad
me.
you're here because I said it and I was talking about how much I loved it, except for the snaking, and everybody just looked at me blankly.
Yeah.
But you remember snaking? Huge
of
problem
course.
online. Fucking bullshit. Don't be
Snaking's
cheaters.
bad, man. Snaking's bad. Speaking of snaking, 13 years ago on November 17, 2004, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater on PlayStation 2.
Eater.
What a segue. That was slither right there.
impressive. Let's keep playing that.
Yeah, Snake Eater. Fantastic game. What an end.
I mean, definitely at the time my least favorite Metal Gear.
Me too.
Yeah.
Still my least favorite.
Great game, but I mean, just not what I wanted.
Yeah.
But deep. I mean, things to do.
Best story, I think. I think it's easy to say it has the best
Nowadays,
story.
ever?
Out of all the Metal Gears? Yeah.
Nah, Peace Walker's better.
No, I don't think
I mean, Peace Walker is a direct sequel, so I mean, it's cheating a bit, but
yeah.
you can wrap your head around it. Yeah, I know.
The enemies,
fucking
the bosses, and the end of it is just so freaking good. And it's kind of like one of the most overused good endings now. Like it's the same thing as like Dark Knight.
Sure.
You know, but that's what a great fucking plot. Love it. And then 13 years ago on November 6, 2004, Half-Life 2 on PC. I was never really a Half-Life guy.
Nope.
But gotta appreciate it. 14 years ago, November 17, 2003, Mario Kart Double Dash came out on the Nintendo
Fuck
GameCube
you, Fran.
to a fantastic 7.9 review.
7.9 IGN. You know what the fuck you're talking about. You money head sellout bitches. They know you're in fucking Sony's pocket, you assholes.
16 years ago, November 12, 2001, Metal Gear Solid 2 came out.
Now there's a jam.
PlayStation 2.
There's a fucking game right there.
Kevin's favorite game of all time? Yeah, there you go. 16 years ago, November 15, 2001, Halo Combat Evolved came out.
Wow.
Alongside the original Xbox. What a day.
Yeah.
17 years ago, November 13th, 2000, Final Fantasy 9 came out on PlayStation 1. Not my favorite Final Fantasy, but I know there's a lot of people out there that love
But
it.
you were happy to have a Final Fantasy.
At that point, they were
11 is your favorite.
annually.
Oh, he's reaching over there.
He's grabbing
He's getting
something.
WWF No Mercy. Oh, that's
17 years ago, November 17th, 2000.
WWF No Mercy.
Greg Miller's Pride and Joy.
Fucking
A sealed copy
the
of that
best.
game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A big fan. I have
go
unsealed
fuck
ones
around.
if you want to play later.
That's okay.
But we got it all around here. It's such...
Look at that. Look at the Rock. Look at Skinny
Look at
the Rock.
He's so tiny.
The-
He's like a pebble.
It's the best wrestling game of all time. And they should just go back to this immediately. I don't know what they're doing. Just go back to this style of gameplay, this graphical interface that is not obviously photorealistic, but we know what's happening. We know what we're seeing.
We know what we're seeing. You're right, Greg. One day, maybe. I hope.
Kevin, make it so where I can just play this and stream this, please.
We have a red front.
Man, that's WWF No Mercy. Not even WWE.
Oh no, that was it.
That's
Day of,
before
I believe
the Wildlife Federation.
I believe
got
it
to
was what Day of Reckoning on
GameCube.
yeah, GameCube was the first one that was WWE because I remember the box art leaked and everybody was like, what is this? WWE? Like are they actually
Oh, I
doing it?
didn't know
Are they
that.
fucking
Really?
doing it? Yeah.
Day of Reckoning was
It might I'm
my
pretty sure
brother's favorite game.
it might have been it was definitely it was a Nintendo GameCube wrestling game that I didn't have and I can't remember. I think it's Day of Reckoning.
There was WrestleMania 19 and then Day of Reckoning.
Okay.
And then I forgot the one after that.
It's probably Day of
There was
Reckoning.
one more sequel.
They don't make them like that anymore, Jack.
And then the furthest back we've ever went in this day in gaming history. 65 years ago.
Holy shit.
On November 16th,
Nolan Bushnell was born.
1952, Shigeru Miyamoto was born.
Oh.
Very close.
Yeah, so there you go. Big day. Big day. Four
Let
more
him ride
years.
his bike to work, Nintendo.
What?
You don't remember the story?
No.
Oh.
Well, they wouldn't let him do it because they were nervous he'd get hit by a car. or
Yeah,
something,
they were
right?
they, in an
Really?
interview. Somebody asked him like, you know, how's your life changed or whatever, blah, blah, and like, what do you do to relax? And he's like, you know, I used to ride my bike to work and I loved it, but now Nintendo won't let me do it anymore because they're afraid I'll get in an accident.
Too valuable.
Holy shit, that is actually
Let the
really
boy
funny.
ride.
Really funny. Jack, we got a couple questions for you. Not too many.
All
A
right.
Jack attack, some would say.
questions. I can answer
This is the
questions.
Jack attack.
Jack.
Get out of here with a shorter episode today.
Okay.
Michael Gulliver says, what are your favorite opportunities being at Achievement Hunter and Rooster Teeth?
Michael, thank you for the question. My favorite opportunities, my biggest opportunities at Rooster Teeth are the fact that we've become such a large company now that if you have an idea for something, you can probably pull it off some way or somehow. Like, for example, like the Let's Play Live. It was literally like, that'd be kind of cool if we took what we do and took it on the road. And so I pitched the idea to initially Jeff. And I was like, hey, do you think we could do this live? And Jeff was like an old concert guy. And he's like, that sounds awesome. Let's do this. And then I pitched it to sales, and I was like, hey, do you think we could make money off this and make it actually something we could do? And they're like, that sounds cool. And then I took the head of sales, and I took Jeff, and I pitched it to Matt, the CEO, and I was like, this is a thing. And then he looked at the other guys like, can we do this? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. It's like, all right. And then like 4 or 5 months later, we did our first show in Austin.
That's so awesome.
And so, but it's something where it's like, hey, if I have an idea for a short film, like I could probably whip together a pitch and actually get a short film made. And like we're doing Achievement Hunter the musical now because we crossed $1 million raised on Extra Life. And so it's like, yeah, that's something that we can absolutely do. And it's like, yeah, sure. Let's. We have a music department. We have a live action to get cameras and stuff. We could do a proper thing if we wanted to.
Awesome.
And so really, the amount of opportunities is like limitless. If you have a cool idea, like you're someone you could probably make it happen with. So that's my favorite part about working there.
Well, also congrats to you for Extra Life.
Thank you very much.
Over $1.3 million.
1.2.
We'll
Don't oversell it.
They'll hit the 1.3.
Nah.
So impressive. It is so damn awe-inspiring. And you are kind of the brain force behind it, and you have been the last couple of years.
Yeah, I'm the director of charity at Rooster Teeth, so like I pretty much push Extra Life pretty damn hard. But I mean, it's not me at all. Like it's all the community and everything they've done is like that's the incredible part. Is like we set these goals, these crazy ass goals, and the community they just crush them every single time. So it's amazing and it's fun. It's like Extra Life is almost like sort of a reunion for all of Rooster Teeth because we have everyone from all different departments come in and like kind of shine. Like last year, Andy was on the stream with the RT Games guys and he dominated. And I was like, holy shit, who is this guy? And then he all pilfered him.
That's what we did. That's what we did.
And so
now he just looks at Gundams.
But yeah, it's awesome. Thank you very much, everyone who donated to Extra Life. You still can too. So extra-life.org/roosterteeth.
Kindafunny.com/extralife.
Johnny Olson, what is Jack's favorite game and why is it Trials Fusion?
Trials Fusion, a good call, man. Man, my favorite game. That's such a tough question. It's like, are you talking about like it's a game to sit down and play for a couple hours, like a game like that I'm gonna play for the rest of my life? I love Trials. So Trials Evolution and Trials Fusion, those are the side-scrolling motorcycle games, because like that's the one game I feel like I'm really good at.
Really?
Like, there's some games where it's like, for some reason, this physics-based motorcycle game, I can wrap my head around it and I can.
You
play
connect with this.
Yeah. And it's like I feel like when I play the game, like I know what I'm doing. I can make this work really well, and so. That's probably up there. GTA is always going to be up there just because the amount of story and the amount of stuff you can do. Like GTA 5 is incredible. Man, I don't know. Like, there's again, we play so much stuff that it's hard to be like, oh yeah, what's your one game,
Yeah.
But yeah, Trials is a blast. But Assassin's Creed, like if I could say like series, Assassin's Creed would be my series. Like I would play that back
like a franchise you're gonna live with. Yeah.
But there's like 9 games there now. So.
Cal FD says, what game would you bring back from the archive to play again with the Let's Play family?
Ooh. Like play with everybody? Honestly, like we had a lot of fun playing PUBG with you guys. Like that was fun.
That was a good one.
That was a blast. Even the Battlefield one was a lot of fun too. Like anytime we can get 30 people in a game together, like that's pretty kick ass.
Super awesome.
And
yeah, you can see those Let's Plays over on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, or I guess youtube.com/youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. Different perspectives.
Well, Let's Play has the big like giant conglomerate
of everyone together.
So like I love that stuff. There's not a lot of games where you can do that. Where it's like, oh, let's put 40 people in a game and like have them face off. It's like. Not a lot of opportunities to do that, but something like PUBG and like Battlefield is like that's pretty great. It'd be fun to play with Battlefront too if it wasn't as panned as much as we a lot of people say.
You probably got to get the ability to have choose the friends to play with through a loot crate or something. So yeah,
damn, too soon. And then the final crazen. Wow,
the final crazen.
Let's get some crazens. I don't even know. See Justice League.
The final question.
Crazy
question. I don't know where I fucking came up with that though. Larry.
The cable
I thought his name was Crazen.
Shifty Larry.
Shifty.
Larry, is it Matavina?
I don't know. Shifty Larry. That's what he goes by.
Very important
Katie
question.
named him Shifty Larry, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He got his nickname from Katie, but during Extra Life, as a matter of fact. Playing werewolves, and he was being shifty. Goes,
Since landing in San Francisco, how much rice-a-roni have you gotten to partake in?
No rice-a-roni.
I
did have some Greg Miller wings last night.
Oh,
man.
They're good.
Very, very good. Good. They're delicious barbecue wings. Oh, so good. Had some Chinese food today, so.
Chinese food was really good.
Zero rice-a-roni, though. Sorry, Larry. Shifty. Get back to work.
Jack.
Yes.
Thank you very much for
Thank you for having me on, man.
Thank you for watching us. Thank you for watching him throughout the day on all the different shows. He's been super great. We're about to go watch Justice League. We'll see how that goes. How excited
There's
are you,
no
Greg?
possible way it
watch
can be
Justice
bad.
League movie.
Yeah.
That's pretty freaking cool.
It is. Yeah, it's cool.
We're going to watch that. We will be doing a reacts to it. That'll go up later tonight. Until next time, I love you.
Go to Patreon, please. Thanks for watching this episode of the Gamescast, everybody. Click here to subscribe. Click here to go to Patreon. Click here to watch more Gamescast episodes. Click right there to go see Cool Greg's Cool Hole. I don't know where it'll take you, but it'll be cool.